Hello everyone, welcome to Winged Paper Crafting. My name is Angel Fitch. If you're new around here, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. I'm so glad you've stopped by my YouTube channel. Today we're going to do another Fun Fold Friday. So happy Friday everyone. Here's the card we're going to make today. And this is a double Z-fold card. And as you can see, it opens up like that. So very cute. For this one, I used the Turtley Sweet paper and, the paper and the stamps and the dies, because I cut out the little turtle with the dies. And just so cute. So let's go ahead and get started on our version that we're going to make today, because we're going to do something a little different. So for this one, we're going to start with a card base of Secret Sea. That is 4 1/4 by 11, and it's been scored at 5 1/2 and 2 3/4. So we are going to take this and we are going to fold right down the middle. Okay, so this is going to be a valley fold. And then on our other score line, we're going to make that a mountain fold. And so there is our first, as you can see, Z card. So there's the first layer of it. Okay, so for this card also today, we're going to be using the paper set. Let's see, what is this? This is the floral charm paper, or let's see, what did I use? Hang on a second. I don't think it's the floral charm now that I think about it. It is not. It is, I have so much on my desk I can't function. Okay, this one is the Florals in Bloom. I knew it was another floral. So here are some of the pieces of this paper pack. I've been using this one like crazy, so I don't have a whole lot of it left, but some of it that I haven't used yet, and some more of it I've used more often. So let's see if we can look at the back sides of these. So the front sides are all florals, and the back sides are more little patterns in the different colors that go in here. So there's that green that I used with the something that we've done recently. So okay, so let's move on. So there's the paper pack. Secret Sea is our card base. So I've got some of that paper cut here that we're going to put down as our first layer of pieces on the bottom panel of our Z-fold card. So let's go ahead and get these put down here. And we're just going to center these within each one of these panels of our card base. Let's see. I need to move that up just a titch. It's a little far down. There we go. Okay. Now, if you had something that, now granted mine had a pattern to it, but something that you wanted the pattern to look continuous, I didn't too much worry about it because it's florals. But if you did, when you go to cut these pieces, you would want to make sure that you cut them, all out of the same piece of paper and kept them together so that your pattern would look continuous across. But since ours is flowers, I didn't think it really mattered all that much, because flowers don't necessarily grow uniformly. They just grow wherever they want to. Okay, let's see. We need to straighten this side up just a bit. So I'm trying to keep it even across the top, all the way across, and the bottom there. Okay, so there's our first layer. Now, the second layer that we're going to have is going to be the second piece of our Z-fold. So we're going to another Z-fold piece. Again, out of Secret Sea. This one is 3 1/2 by 9 3/4. And it is scored at, let's see, it's scored at 5 1/2, and again 2 3/4. So this is going to be just like our other one. We're going to do a valley fold on our first score line here, and then a mountain fold on the second one. Okay, so let's see here. Let me make sure I'm doing that right, which I think let's see, we need it to go this way and then this way. So yes, so just like that. Okay, now let's go ahead and put our patterned paper on this one. So I'm using this cloud cover striped. So we've only got 2 pieces on this one, because this one's where we're going to put our sentiment piece. And that is going to go on a piece of white on, let's see here, piece of white on top of a piece of, actually we're just going to put the white right there, so that goes on the outside. So just a piece of white right in here on top of the secret C. Okay, so we can get the first 2 pieces down, and we're going to stamp on that one before we stick it on here, because it'll be a lot easier to stamp on, and if I happen to mess it up, we can always flip it over. But if you glue it down before you stamp on it and you mess it up, then you're pretty much hosed. Okay, so get that one down, and then this one right down here. Okay, we're going to scoot this one just left a little bit. There we go. Okay, so there's that. Now, we're going to stamp on this, and we've got another little piece of white that we're going to stamp on for the outside. So, let me get these out of the way. We're going to do our stamping in Secret C. For the outside, we're going to do Happy Birthday. And we're going to do the Happy Birthday that comes out of the Charming Day set. So this Happy Birthday right here. And for the inside, we're going to do a sentiment that comes from Peace on Earth. We're going to do these big hugs for a good friend. So all of these supplies that I'm using today, I will have listed in the description box below. They are all still current and available. So if you like this card and you want to get this so you can do your own, they are all still there for you. So I'm going to ink this up. I'm going to line my little piece up here with one of the lines on my glass mat so I can make sure that I'm starting with it straight, or as straight as possible. Now my Happy Birthday is just barely going to fit on here, so we have to be kind of careful. So I'm going to go down, try not to rock this block since it's a red rubber. There we go. So there's our Happy Birthday. On the inside, we're going to do, got a glue dot on my glass mat there. The inside we're going to do our big hugs for a good friend. So let me get this one on the block, and we'll ink this up. Okay, that looks good. And we're going to put this as close to the top as I can get. That way we leave some room for you to sign at the bottom. There we go. Big hugs for a good friend. Okay, I'm going to put the ink away. And we can go ahead and put our sentiment piece down here. Right, like this. Perfect. All right, now here comes the fun part. We are going to attach this to the inside of our first panel card here. So we want to, this is going to go pretty much like, let's see, yeah. So it's going to go like this when we close it up. So here's what we want to do. We want to kind of fit it in here, and we want to leave some room on our left hand side here. So we're going to say that if we were looking at this from the front, that would look pretty good. Let me look at our example here and see. Yeah, so the example is pretty close to the left hand side. So we're going to just give that just the smallest of margins right there. So I'm going to hold that right there and kind of take note now of where this has got to go. So I'm going to hang on to this, knowing that I can only put adhesive on this side. So I can't go past my finger here because we don't want to glue our card shut, because that would not be a good thing. Okay, so now I'm just going to take this and I'm going to put it back on here. So basically leaving that little edge on the left hand side, and make sure we're centered top to bottom. Looks pretty good like that. Okay, perfect. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to put adhesive on the back of this panel. Okay, and I'm going to take this and fold this, and basically we're just going to put it together, and I'm going to hold it in both my hands and basically just push it down. And then it's exactly where we wanted it. So cute. Okay, let's go ahead and decorate our front here. And this will lay flatter once you get it in an envelope. Like you can see, I've had this one done for a while and it lays flatter than this one does. So, but the good thing is it'll sit on a desk or a mantle or whatever, of whoever you give this to. Okay, so our front now. We've got piece of Secret C. Let's see, it's 3, what is it? 3 and 1, 2, 3, 3 and 3/8, I guess, by 2 and 3/4. I've got a piece of cloud cover that I'm just going to put right inside of this with it has the very littlest of margins. So basically about a 1/16 of an inch around each of the sides. So let's go ahead and get our cloud cover piece attached to our Secret C. And we're going to just center this. Not a lot of room to work with since the margin is so little. Okay, we're going to move this over again just a bit. It's a little too far. Let me try this one more time. Okay, that looks good on that side. Okay, perfect. All right, so there's our piece that's going to hold our focal point here. So this, our little piece that we stamped here, we're going to put this on a backing of Secret C as well. So we'll get that down. And then we will finish our assembly of our focal point. So let me just, there we go. Okay, so the focal point is going to be a flower and some leaves. And let's see, we're going to put it on this piece. This flower and leaves came from the Pretty Florals dies. So let me show you these dies real quick. So here's the flower I used for this that we cut out of fresh freesia. And then there's a piece that goes here inside this. I cut from this die out of Blackberry Bliss. And then the leaves came from here out of Granny Apple Green. So let's go ahead and put our decorative piece that goes inside our flower here. Let's put this on next. I'm going to use some fine tip glue for this. So there is, I don't know if you can see on camera, but there is a front to this. So it's got some texture on the front of it so that you know that that's the right side up. So we're going to put our glue on the back side here. And we're just going to use a little as possible. And I just kind of want to get these bigger pieces here. Not try to go all the way around the little stuff. Okay, so this goes, this piece always confuses me because I'm not really sure where it's supposed to sit, but I think I determined it's supposed to go just kind of something like this. So basically these notches on this inner piece go where there's an opening in the flower petal there. So just kind of like that. Looks good. Okay, we'll give that a second to dry. Now, I'm going to pop our flower up on some dimensionals. So we want to give the front of our card just a little bit of depth and dimension. Let's see. Do we have one more? We do have one more before we have to start cutting and using the sides. Okay, let me get the backs off of the dimensionals here. One more. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to kind of center this flower. I'm going to go a little more toward the top than toward the bottom because I'm going to put our sentiment right here. And then we will get our little leaves under here. Let's see. Hang on. Let's put a little bit of, I guess we can use tape runner. Let's use tape runner on our leaves here. And we'll just put a little bit on there. And I'm going to tuck this right in under our flower here. Because I don't want this to come, to be off of our little panel here. So I'm just going to put it right up here in the corner. Just like that. Okay, looks like we might need another drop. Well, maybe that's going to stick. Okay. Wasn't sure if we're going to need another drop of glue for our accent piece there. Now, this one's going to go down here in this corner. So I'm just going to take this up just a little bit. Just like that. And we're going to do that. Okay, so there's our flower. Now, our little happy birthday piece is going to go right here. So, we are going to figure out, so basically we need to put adhesive on this behind the happy. We don't need to go any further than happy. So, let's see, about right here. Make sure. So we'll just do it on this end down here. And we'll put that right here on the corner, tucked underneath our flower. Right like that. Okay. And then this whole piece we can put onto our front piece. So let's put some adhesive on the back of this. Okay, and I'm just going to center this up right in the center of this bottom piece. So we're going to go top to bottom and left to right. That looks pretty good. Okay, I think we need one more little drop of glue on our little flower here, as our little piece did not stick. I'm going to hang on to that for just a second. Okay. It doesn't want to stick. There we go. Okay. Now, we need last piece. We need some gems. So I've got these hues of blue flowers, which is really hard to say. So there's 4 different colors in this. There's the Secret Sea. This is boho blue, night of navy, and white. And I think I'm going to use, they almost look like little stars or little flower petals. I think we're going to use the Secret Sea ones here. So I'm going to put one up here. Upside down. Let's put it right there. We go. And then another one right here. And we'll do a little one. We only need one. No, we don't need the hitchhiker. Okay, so we'll put that one right there. And there is our beautiful double Z-fold card. Wouldn't that be so cool to get that one from a friend? Absolutely. Okay, so here's our 2 cards. Same pattern, you know, same card type, but 2 totally different looks depending on the pattern paper that you choose to go with. So this one more whimsical, and this one, you know, more pretty and serious. Not that they're both pretty, but more whimsical as opposed to serious, I suppose. Okay, so that's all I've got for today. Be sure and hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. And come back next Friday for another Friday Fun Fold. Have a good crafty evening. Bye.